The village was small, forgotten. Mist clung to the cobblestone streets. Houses stood huddled together, cloaked in shadow. Above it all, on a hill overlooking the village, stood the mansion. Grand, imposing, abandoned. Locals whispered of it, their voices hushed, their eyes wide with fear. They called it Whispering Shadows. No one dared to go near. Not anymore. Stories were told, passed down through generations. Stories of laughter that turned to screams, of shadows that moved in the night, of whispers that chilled the bone, whispers that seemed to call your name. Arjun had always been drawn to the unknown, a thrill-seeker, a skeptic of the supernatural. He scoffed at the stories, dismissing them as old wives' tales. He longed to prove them wrong, to uncover the truth behind the legend. One night, under a sky choked with stars, a dare was made. A group of friends, emboldened by youthful bravado, challenged Arjun. Spend a night in the mansion, alone. Arjun, never one to back down, accepted. A shiver ran down his spine, a flicker of unease. He ignored it. The old iron gates groaned open. Each step Arjun took up the overgrown path felt heavier than the last. He pushed open the heavy oak door, its hinges screaming in protest. The air inside was stagnant, thick with the smell of decay. Dust motes danced in the pale moonlight filtering through grimy windows. Cobwebs clung to every surface. Arjun wandered through the silent halls, his footsteps echoing in the stillness. He could hear the beating of his own heart. A floorboard creaked somewhere in the darkness above. Arjun froze, every sense on high alert. Silence. He continued his exploration, his unease growing with every passing moment. Then he heard it, a whisper, faint and indistinct. He stopped, holding his breath. There it was again, closer this time. He followed the sound, his hand trailing along the cold, damp walls. It led him to a room at the end of the hall. The door creaked open, as if inviting him in. Section 5. The Cracked Mirror. The room was dark, illuminated only by a sliver of moonlight. Dust swirled in the air, thick and suffocating. In the center of the room stood a grand old mirror. Its frame was ornate, once beautiful, now cracked and tarnished with age. The glass itself was cloudy, distorted. Arjun felt a cold shiver run down his spine as he approached the mirror. He raised his hand, his fingers brushing against the cold, smooth surface. As he did, the whispers grew louder, swirling around him like a vortex. They seemed to be coming from the mirror itself. Section 6. Face to face. He leaned closer, peering into his own reflection. His heart skipped a beat. The face staring back at him was not his own. It was a grotesque mockery, twisted in a silent scream. Its eyes were wide with terror, its mouth frozen open in a silent plea for help. Arjun stumbled back, his blood turning to ice. The whispers reached a deafening crescendo, swirling around him, pulling him closer. He tried to scream, but no sound escaped his lips. He was trapped, his fate sealed. Section 7. A ghastly discovery. The next morning, the sun rose over the village, casting long shadows over the haunted mansion on the hill. The villagers, armed with their courage and curiosity, approached the mansion. Their hearts pounded with a mixture of fear and anticipation. They found the front door ajar, swinging eerily in the breeze. Inside, the mansion was silent, the air thick with a palpable sense of dread. They followed the trail of disturbed dust and cobwebs, leading them to the room at the end of the hall. There, in front of the cracked mirror, they found Arjun. Section 8. The whispers remain. His eyes were wide with terror, his face frozen in a silent scream. He was clutching a shard of the broken mirror, his fingers digging into the sharp edges. But it was his reflection in the remaining piece of the mirror that chilled them to the bone. It wasn't Arjun staring back at them, it was the grotesque visage he had seen, its eyes burning with a malevolent glee. The villagers left the mansion, their hearts heavy with dread. They sealed the house once more, leaving Arjun's fate a chilling reminder of the whispers that haunted its halls. Whispers that seemed to linger in the air, a constant reminder of the horrors that lay hidden within the walls of Whispering Shadows.